A submersible tasked with exploring the Titanic wreckage in the North Atlantic Ocean remains missing. Despite extensive research efforts led by the United States and Canadian authorities, the Titan submersible, carrying a crew of 5 individuals, lost contact with its support ship while en route to the renowned site near St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. The submersible's occupants were equipped with only 3 to 4 days' worth of oxygen. During a press conference, U.S. Coast Guard officials disclosed that approximately 40 hours of oxygen were estimated to be remaining for those aboard the vessel. Despite the thorough and intricate search operation, no significant findings have been made up until that point. The submersible was part of an OceanGate Expeditions journey, which involved an 8-day expedition based in Newfoundland. Participants traveled approximately 400 nautical miles to reach the Titanic wreck site, located about 900 miles (1,450 kilometers) off the coast of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The submersible began its descent to the wreck but lost contact with its support ship, the Polar Prince, after approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes. Search operations commenced later that day, yet the circumstances surrounding the submersible disappearance, including the cause of the contact loss and its proximity to the Titanic, remain unclear. The crew on board the missing submersible consists of 1 pilot and 4 mission specialists. Among them is Hamish Harden, a British businessman based in the United Arab Emirates, who previously traveled to the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point in the Pacific Ocean. Also on board is diver Paul Hilary Nergelet, recognized for leading multiple expeditions to the Titanic and overseeing the recovery of various artifacts from the wreckage. Additionally, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son Sulaiman Dawood were confirmed as passengers. Shahzada Dawood serves as a trustee of the SETI Institute in California and is the vice chairman of Dawood Hercules Corporation, part of the Dawood Group. The submersible was estimated to have between 70 to 96 hours of oxygen, giving search and rescue teams a limited time frame to locate and retrieve the vessel. However, the depth of the search area poses a challenge, as the Titanic wreckage lies nearly 13,000 feet below sea level. Other complications include the remote location, adverse weather conditions, and uncertainty regarding the submersible's condition and equipment functionality. The Titan submersible, weighing 23,000 pounds, is constructed with carbon fiber and titanium. It incorporates a real-time hull health monitoring system that analyzes the pressure and structural integrity, providing early warnings to the pilot. Communication with the surface ship relies solely on text messages, as there is no GPS underwater. The ongoing search operation involves multiple agencies and utilizes boats, aircraft, radar equipment, and sonar technology. The U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Navy, Canadian Coast Guard, Canadian military, and the OceanGate team are cooperating to locate the missing submersible. However, rescuing the submersible presents its own set of challenges, as the depth and location may limit the available options for rescue vessels. Given the uncertainty surrounding the submersible's whereabouts, it remains unclear whether previously successful rescue methods employed in similar situations can be employed for the Titan submersible. The story of the RMS Titanic is one of a tragedy, human error, and the indomitable spirit of the human race. Launched in 1912 as the largest and most luxurious passenger ship of its time, the Titanic was hailed as an engineering marvel that would revolutionize transatlantic travel. However, fate had a different plan in store for this majestic vessel. This video delves into the captivating tale of the Titanic, exploring its construction, ill-fated maiden voyage, and the enduring legacy it has left behind. Construction and maiden voyage. The construction of the Titanic began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Ireland. The ship was the brainchild of White Star Line, a prominent British shipping company aiming to provide a superior travel experience for the wealthy elite. With its opulent interiors, state-of-the-art facilities, and a focus in comfort, the Titanic was touted as the epitome of luxury. After years of meticulous construction, the Titanic set sail on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England on April 10, 1912. The ship made stops at Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, Ireland, before embarking on its transatlantic journey to New York City. On board were over 2,200 passengers and crew, including some of the wealthiest individuals of the time. Disaster strikes. Tragedy struck in the late hours of April 14, 1912, when the Titanic collided with an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean. The ship's crew, confident in the Titanic's unsinkable reputation, had disregarded iceberg warnings received throughout the day. The collision caused extensive damage to the ship's hull, leading to a catastrophic event that would go down in history. As water flooded into the compartments of the ship, it became evident that the Titanic was in grave danger. The inadequate number of lifeboats on board meant that many passengers and the crew would be left stranded. Panic and chaos ensued as the ship's crew attempted to organize the evacuation. Heroes and tragedies. Amidst the chaos, stories of bravery and sacrifice emerged. The crew members worked tirelessly to save as many lives as possible, and some passengers displayed remarkable acts of heroism, notably the efforts of the ship's band, who continued to play music to calm the distraught passengers until the very end, have become legendary. However, the disaster claimed the lives of over 1,500 people, leaving behind grieving families and the world in shock. The loss of life, particularly among women and children, highlighted the need for improved safety regulations and the procedures in the maritime industry. Investigations and repercussions. In the aftermath of the Titanic disaster, investigations were launched to determine the causes and allocate blame. The inquiries revealed a series of critical errors and shortcomings that contributed to the tragedy. These included the lack of adequate lifeboats, the failure to heed iceberg warnings, and the speed at which the ship was traveling in icy waters. The disaster prompted significant changes in maritime safety regulations, leading to the establishment of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS, which introduced stricter safety standards and required ships to carry enough lifeboats for all passengers and crew.